Okay, this is Betty Vig PowerPoint. Betty Vig was born on August 20th, 1929. Betty Bell Zwicky's mom and aunts were actually triplets. Harold and Lula Zwicky were proud when their daughter Betty became a speech pathologist after attending the University of Wisconsin. Betty Bell Zwicky met David Vig at the University of Wisconsin, and a wedding followed. World War II interrupted plans for a while. Betty worked as a speech pathologist for schools in and around Viroqua. Lars Gulbrandsen, David Vig, Devern Vig, and Edward Vig formed the Vig Gulbrandsen Clinic in Viroqua. David Vig and Devern Vig were identical twins and were inseparable in school, sports, the military, and medical practice. Betty and David could travel and see the world, at least until their 3 children arrived. They liked to go skiing in the winter. Even trips to Hawaii were on the agenda. Betty was an excellent mother and taught her children well. There was swimming at Sidey Hollow near Viroqua, and it was fun for all the kids. One Betty was married to David, and another Betty was married to Devern. Christmas was a fun time for the Vig children. Stephen became an internist, Susan became a psychiatric nurse, and Teresa became an attorney. Here's a picture I like. It was from a trip to Canada. Betty and David often visited Stephen for the Tucson Open golf tournament. Susan married Dr. Bill Saucier and had 2 daughters near Milwaukee. Betty and David with one of Susan's daughters. This one is Carolyn. David and Devern played a lot of golf in Viroqua, and Betty played golf on Ladies' Day. After David retired, Betty and David moved to California to be near Teresa Rain and Mike Rain. Their new job was to walk the dogs. Then it was back to Wisconsin for a big birthday celebration for David and Devern. They even got a birthday cake, plus salt and pepper. But someone forgot to pick up Devern, and he almost missed the birthday party. A great time was had by all at the birthday celebration. Stephen Vig worked for 37 years as an internist in Tucson, then moved with Joy Greenway to San Antonio in the year 2000 to help Sierra with child care. Sierra became a cancer pharmacist, and Savannah became a veterinarian who specializes in animal eye care. Betty was very proud of both of them. Here's Savannah at her animal eye specialist's clinic in California. Betty received lots of puzzles at Christmas 2023. Teresa Rain helped Betty with the puzzles. Betty received some presents from Susan Saucier. But the best present was chocolates. Stephen and Joy came from San Antonio to see Betty at Christmas 2023 at the Cape Care Home. Lots of family members visited Betty at Christmas in 2023. Then the wedding of Savannah and James happened in 2024. Betty did not want to miss this wedding. Teresa managed to get Betty to the wedding site. Marcus and Hannah Grace were there. Butch, Beth, and Bo Violet were there. And a good time was had by all. Betty even got to poke some pins into a voodoo doll of Donald Trump. And there's Gwen watching. She also got to stick some pins in the doll. Betty Vig had an extraordinary life, and she was loved by all, especially the dogs.